A ripple to a wave, a spark into a flame, a rock into an avalanche. What's happening? Alright, we're pausing, you guys. Rookie mistake. Come on, we've been doing this for like 7 years.
I'm sorry. I
It's
know,
okay.
we've been here for so long. Oh my gosh. Tonight I just decided to freak out a little bit. We're good. Okay.
We're just checking, making sure you guys are alive out there. You want to mute it?
We got it.
Okay, good.
Alright,
And
we're gonna start again.
And
we need to hear you guys clapping along a little bit. You guys ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Some new songs, like Brooke said, and we're really excited. We actually just signed with management, woo woo, which is a pretty cool thing for us. Thanks, guys. So we're really excited, and that kind of determine when things come out in the music, and so hopefully we'll be getting some streaming singles coming out soon, but the album won't be coming out until, what did they say, March 1st? Yeah, so a little while. So, because of that, we wanted to share an acoustic version of some of the new songs, so you get like an extra sneak peek of what's to come. Is that okay with you guys? Okay, awesome. So that means you guys are going to have a little bit of grace, okay? Because this is like my second time playing this song in front of human beings. So
So, you guys, is that okay? Can you have a little bit of grace with this? Because there could be some mess ups here and there. But we've already had one mess up, and we struggled through it, right? So we're good. We got it.
We do this together. So this is called Undeniable. Oh, 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 oh.
And we talked about this in the car. Last time we did something like this, we were in Flint, Michigan, and it was what, about like a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
No,
not a year and a half. Yeah, a year.
Okay, it was about a year ago. And so it's been a long time since we've done a little coffee shop feel, and last time we did it, it was really fun.
We really enjoyed it.
And then
Great time.
At the end of the night, we went back to where we were staying, and someone had stolen all of our stuff out of our car.
Yeah.
Let's just hope it doesn't happen this time.
Yeah.
Pray to Jesus. Lord Jesus,
we're praying
protect our
angels
car.
over our trailer and our van.
Computers got stolen. ID,
Birth certificates.
I don't know why we even had that in the car is beyond me. But
we're not speaking that over this time.
No, we're not. No, we're speaking against this time. What is that the way to say it? I guess.
Anyway, against it.
But yeah, just so you guys know, end of the story. We didn't get that stuff back, but insurance, we got it all back. So it's all good. Praise Jesus. He's a good God, right? Amen. Yeah. So good story. Also interesting story. I just thought you guys should know that. This next song that we're going to do is another one of our older songs, but everywhere we go, people keep asking us, hey, will you play that Through Your Eyes song? And to tell you a little bit about it, we wrote it forever ago, and we wrote it after we found out that someone in our family had really been struggling and had been harming herself and going through eating disorders and all these different things. And so we wrote this song for her, and it turned out that, there's so many people, all of us, struggle with feeling like we're inadequate, struggle with feeling like we're not good enough, or we're not talented enough, we're not whatever enough to do something incredible in our lives. Yeah. And what he was talking about, like not being basic, that's kind of our motto, and it's going to be the name for our upcoming album, which is Tired of Basic. And we believe that people are not basic, and we've just been living in a basic world. And we're meant for so much more. We're meant for an extraordinary life. And every day, I struggle with hearing voices, hearing lies in my head that try and tell me the opposite. But that's just because we live in a world where there's darkness, and darkness will always try to overcome light. And I'm talking to every single one of you here individually, you are light because there is light inside of you, and that's the Holy Spirit. And so the devil, his minions, they will all try and attack you in any way that they can. But let me tell you that you have power to overcome because Jesus overcame. And he came, he died, he rose from the grave just so that we can live with his power inside of us, so that we can live an extraordinary life. We can live and never grow weary. Guys, there is a strong, strong power. Amen? There is a strong power, and that is Jesus. That is Jesus Christ. And so in this song, I sing this all the time. I sing this to myself, and it's going to be interesting we haven't sang it in a while, but, it's still always going to be so dear to our hearts because we're overcoming those voices every day, the lies in our head that tell us that we're nothing. We need to overcome it with truth, to tell those lies that, hey, guess what? God says we're everything because you're alive in Christ. So I want you to know that you are meant for an extraordinary life. And God has a dream and a plan for you. No matter how old or young you are, you're meant for great things. And he's not done with you yet. He's just started. So the song is called Through Your Eyes. But it's 4K though, so okay.
Fear tells me I'm not are all born with a purpose. Like Brooke said, we were all born to live an extraordinary life. And so Brooke and I, we've been talking a lot about dreams recently, and we have this theory that God dreamed up a dream, and then He made you to fill that dream, to fill that purpose. And so often we feel like, either we're not good enough or we can't measure up. But also there's times where we just don't even know our dream. There's some of us, and there's the time in my life where I didn't know what my purpose, my calling was, my passion was. And then there's some of us that do. And we know where we're going. We know what the future kind of has for us because we have that passion, we have that dream, that calling. But all of it is stops here, stops short if we're not in tune with the Lord, if we're not following after Him, if we're not going hard after Him and living an extraordinary life for Him. All those dreams, all those plans, all those goals and passions, they're worthless if it's without Him, if it's beside Him and not with Him and in Him. So this is another song that we are coming out with that's not heard by anybody really yet.
This one's never been played in front of anyone.
Yeah.
This one I played once. This one I have
This
not.
one never. But this one's called I Don't Want It, and this was hopefully going to be our first single. Comes out kind of soonish, so it's exciting. This is it. Nothing left of me. I've been chasing things I really thought I'd need, like